Hi everyone, my name is Etienna. I graduated from Salem State last year, 2019, with my bachelor's degree in biology. I'm currently on my gap year. I'm currently an aspiring medical student, so I'm currently working as a medical scribe to gain more experience in order before I apply to medical school. Hopefully, I'll be applying to medical school next year.
Etienna, can you share your testimony?
Yeah, so let's just start off first with the fact that I'm alive and well today. I'm healthy, my family's healthy, my friends are healthy. So I think that alone is a testimony because this year has been crazy. I know a lot of people who were just like unfortunate enough to lose family members, and they happen to go through different misfortunes. But luckily enough, I'm just blessed and happy that I'm alive today. So that's one. And also, like I had mentioned earlier, I'm currently in my gap year. I graduated from Salem State last year, and since I graduated, I've been currently like just looking for opportunities to get more like experience, to work and scribe with doctors. That will kind of give me like an edge when I apply to medical school. So after I graduated, I was basically just hunting, looking for scribe opportunities. And so I was just applying everywhere because I was just really trying to get a scribe job, be it anything that would get me to work with a provider or any physician or of any sort. So I was just sending in applications here and there, and I eventually landed this job. I was excited. I was like, wow, God is doing it for me. This was actually in 2019. Like, I think like towards the end of 2019, I was like, wow, this is amazing. God is doing this for me. I got this job. So I went through like the training steps and everything. Apparently it's like a multi-step kind of thing. So you need to pass one step to get to the next step and eventually land the job. So I made everything, right? I passed every step. And then the last step, which was you need to actually work on the floor with the physician, and they eventually decide if you are, I guess, fit to work with them. I don't know. But when I eventually got to that stage, I didn't make it through. I mean, I had applied to so many different jobs and like I didn't get interviews, I didn't get like in. And this particular one I got in. And then now they're telling me that I don't have it. So that was disappointing because like at that point I started to question myself and my capability. I was like, am I not good enough for them? If I'm not even good enough to be a scribe, then am I even good enough to even like move on forward and apply for medical school? It was devastating. I started to question myself. I started to question God. I don't want to say this, but like I started to question my faith in God. I was like, God, I trusted you. I put my trust in you that I was eventually going to land this job. And so now why are they like taking me from the job? My faith was really low at that time. And it was just really a low time for me. Fast forward early 2020, I started just applying for more jobs. I still didn't get any. I would say like about like early February. At that point I actually gave up. But I actually got this message from my friend Emanuela. She actually sent me this app. It was called Handshake, I believe. And I didn't really think anything of it. I was just like, I've never used this before, so I don't think it's really gonna be helpful. But let me just give it a try, right? So I actually was just looking for scribe jobs just to see what they have. And I just came across this one. It wasn't really anything. I was just like, let me just send my application, whatever. I don't know. And I got this like email from like this random job and they were like, oh, you should come in for an interview. I was like, okay. After like so many different applications I sent in on like multiple different websites. And then there was this one that my friend sent to me. So like God puts people in your life for a certain reason. And like, you don't know, you don't really know what they're there for until, you really see it. I eventually went for the interview and actually like, I guess one of the most easiest interviews, honestly. They just asked me, what do you want to do and everything. And I eventually landed the job. Also, not only did I land the job, but once I got into the job, I actually realized that the other employers that actually denied me eventually, like I was actually supposed to end up in this particular job because everything just fit in so well for me. Because that particular job was like a 5-minute drive from my house. It was so close by, right? And also it was like a smaller facility. So like compared to the other job that I had earlier, it was like in a hospital. So you don't really get the chance to like form relationships with the physicians and the staff members. You don't really get to get like that close, tight friendship that I really wanted to create. I actually had to like sit down and like really reflect. And I was like, wow, this is actually like every little thing I was really looking for in a scribe opportunity. Like when honestly, like every disappointment is a blessing. When God disappoints you, he's actually like preparing you for something better. Like he saw me applying for all those other jobs and he was like, what are you doing? I have better plans for you. So forget about that. I've gotten so close to like the providers and I know for a fact they're going to write me a recommendation. So all those like med school applicants out there, like if you're applying for medical school, like I would say it's really important that if you can go out there and just like find, this kind of opportunity and create that, friendship with the physician. Because when it comes time to applying to medical school, like they're really gonna see that recommendation. It's gonna mean a lot. So that's definitely my advice. But yeah, like I would say that's like my biggest testimony this year, because it was a hustle for me looking for the scribe job.